Hello and welcome to the Career and Technical Scholarship Application Overview. This quick video will help you better understand what the Career and Technical Scholarship is and walk you through the scholarship application. The goal of this video is to help you feel more comfortable and confident when applying for this scholarship. Please note that all of the information discussed today is also available to you online, where you can also find Spanish language materials. If you have any questions, know that our team is more than happy to help. An email address will be provided at the end of this training. Before we get started, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. My name is Mesa, and I am the Award Advisor at WSOS. I am here to answer questions as you apply for this scholarship. In this presentation, I will provide an overview of the Career and Technical Scholarship, discuss the eligibility requirements, talk about how to apply, and we'll show you the online application so that you have some familiarity with it and hopefully feel more comfortable navigating the application when it comes time for you to fill out your own. The Career and Technical Scholarship, also known as CTS, funds students enrolled in eligible trade, STEM, and healthcare apprenticeship, certificate, and associate degree programs. The list of eligible programs can be found on the WSOS website. The scholarship can be used at any of the 34 community and technical colleges across the state of Washington. Students selected to receive the Career and Technical Scholarship will receive $1,500 per quarter for the duration of their program. And it's important to note that funding can be used for direct and indirect costs up to the cost of attendance. So that means it can be used for more than just tuition. It can go towards costs such as books, housing, and transportation. The CTS application is open 3 times a year before the start of each quarter. The Fall 2020 application is currently open and will close on June 4th. 275 students will be selected during this application cycle to begin receiving the scholarship in Fall 2020. To be eligible for the scholarship, you must be a Washington State resident. Please note that this is different from citizenship. You do not have to be a U.S. citizen to be eligible. In addition to being a Washington State resident, you must have earned your high school diploma, GED, or alternative high school credential from a Washington State institution. You must file your FAFSA or WASFA for the 2020-21 academic year before the application deadline, and you must apply for federal education tax credits if you are eligible to do so. Your total family income cannot exceed 125% of the Washington State family median income. To determine if you meet this requirement, look at the chart on the slide. Based on the number of people in your household, your income cannot be more than the income listed in the corresponding row. You cannot have a previously earned bachelor's degree. You can have other previous post-secondary education, but if you have already earned a bachelor's degree, you are not eligible. You must plan to enroll in an eligible trade, STEM, or healthcare program, and you must be in that program or working on required prerequisite work for that program within the first quarter of receiving the award. I'll show you where you can find the list of eligible programs on the WSOS website near the end of this presentation. You must plan to enroll at an eligible Washington State college and must be enrolled by the start of the quarter. You must plan to enroll at least half-time every term. So that means you must be enrolled in at least 6 credits. Scholars are not required to enroll in summer term, but can receive scholarship funding during summer if taking summer classes. To successfully complete the application process, you will have to do 3 things. 1, complete the online CTS application. I will walk us through this form so you get familiar and feel more comfortable navigating it on your own. 2, complete and submit the 2020-21 FAFSA or WASFA by the application deadline. And 3, if applicable, send a copy of an unofficial transcript or official copy of a GED score report to WSOS postmarked by the application deadline. We have a flowchart available for you on the website that you should look at to determine what this requirement means for you. And again, I'll show you where you can find that on the WSOS website next. The application toolkit contains all the information you need to successfully complete and submit an eligible application. If you have any questions when you're working on your application, the application toolkit is the first place you should look for answers. As you can see, this page contains the things like the list of eligible programs and eligible colleges, the income chart that we discussed earlier, the transcript and GED requirements flowchart, and even a writing guide for answering the personal questions in section 3 of the application. So you'll see each of these is a link that you can click on. So if you're trying to determine if you are enrolled in an eligible program, go ahead and click the eligible programs link. Or if you're trying to determine what materials you should submit, whether that be an unofficial transcript or official GED score, go ahead and take a look at the flowchart here. Then, if you scroll all the way down, we have the application checklist, which lists all of the steps you must take to successfully submit a complete application. Now, I want to take some time to actually open up the application, walk through it together. If this is your first time applying for the scholarship, you will need to click the Sign Up button to create an account. If you have applied for this scholarship previously but weren't selected, you can log in with the same email address and password that you used previously. The answers that you previously submitted will not be in this application, but can still be accessed if you want to reference them. Once you sign in, you will be brought to the first page where you will be directed to complete a profile. Most of the questions in the profile are designed to help you make sure you meet the eligibility requirements that we went over earlier. You'll see questions such as, are you a Washington State resident? Will you be enrolled in an eligible program? Have you previously earned a bachelor's degree? Etc. This is also where you will fill in your contact information. Such as your preferred phone number, your street address, and your full name. It is really important that you are double checking your work here and making sure you do not have any typos, because this is the information we will use to get a hold of you if you are selected. If there is an error with your contact information, we may not be able to let you know if you are selected to receive this scholarship. Once you have filled in all of the answers and have completed your applicant profile, click Save. you'll be taken back to that first page, and you'll need to scroll down to the next section titled Scholarship Application. When you first enter this page, this box will say Get Started. Click this box to get started. There are 4 sections in the application: the academic information, financial information, personal information, and agreements. First is academic information, which is where you'll be asked about your academic history and your plans. This means you'll be asked questions like, where did you go to high school and what college do you intend to be enrolled at this fall? You'll have to select your intended program of enrollment. All eligible programs are in this drop-down list here. If the program you intend to enroll in is not on this list, it is not an eligible option for this scholarship. Once you've filled in all your answers, click the Save button at the bottom of the page. Then we'll go ahead and begin the next section, which is the financial information section. The questions in this part will be very similar to the answers in your FAFSA or WASFA. So I really encourage you to go ahead and complete the FAFSA or WASFA first so that you can easily just copy the information over. You'll see we've provided some guidance text here to help you understand where you can find the answers in your previously submitted forms if you've already completed the FAFSA or WASFA. There's also information about where you can find this information in your taxes. Again, be sure to click Save every time you finish filling in answers. Then is section 3, the personal information section, which is our opportunity to learn more about you outside of your academic history. Again, as I mentioned earlier, there's a personal information question guide in the application toolkit. In this portion of the application, we really want to learn more about your life experience. There's not a word count maximum or minimum, but we encourage you to write about 3 to 4 sentences in each question. If you need to use a little more or less sentences to convey your point, that is totally fine. But in this section, we really want to make sure you are showing how you navigate challenges. We're not looking to learn in depth about the challenges you've faced. Rather, we want to know about your resiliency and your strengths. How might these strengths help you navigate future challenges, especially while you're enrolled in school? Again, there is an in-depth guide for this section available to you in the application toolkit, which is linked right here. See section 3, personal information guide. I really encourage you to take a look at that guide to see examples of what high-scoring answers might look like before you get started. And finally, the agreements section. In this section, if you are under 18 years old, you will need a parent or guardian present to help you sign the form. Please make sure you're thoroughly reading each agreement and then signing your initials. This section here is just a final reminder of the other additional steps that you'll have to complete in order for your application to be considered eligible and complete. Once you have answered all of the questions in each of the 4 sections and saved, then you must click this Submit button. Once you click Submit, your online application is complete, and you will receive an email notification confirming that your online application has been received. Then, it is really important, again, that you remember to complete the final 2 steps, which are completing your FAFSA or WASPA if you haven't done so already, and, if applicable, mailing your unofficial transcript or official GED scores to the WSOS offices. Again, you can find this checklist of action items on the WSOS website under the Application Toolkit. And that's everything. Again, my name is Mesa. I've got my email address up here for you. And like I said at the beginning of this presentation, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions about the application process. We want you to be able to successfully submit your application, and we are here to help. Thank you for watching, and best of luck.